Number 1.
Alice. あの子はもう
学びの日々はついに実を結んだ。
The beginning. After the end tells the story of King Gray, a ruler at the peak of power, feared and respected by all. But behind the throne, his life is empty, filled with loneliness and regret. That is, until everything changes. After his unexpected death, he wakes up in a completely new world as Arthur Lewin, a child with limitless potential. This time, he's not just living, he's truly experiencing life. As he grows, he discovers deep secrets, builds unbreakable bonds, and faces enemies that push him to his limits. Magic, action, and heartfelt moments, this story has it all.
油断した。この私がこんなところで。
Number 2.
師団の誉れは私が守る。
凄まじいな。食らったら骨折だって。だけど圧倒的だな。
時間の問題か。
力の方向をそらすことができれば。すまない。
Next up, we have a story that proves age is just a number. Katenaka no Osan Kensei Ninaru follows Beryl Gardinant, a humble sword instructor living in a quiet countryside village. He once dreamed of becoming a legendary swordsman, but those days are long behind him, or so he thought. One day, everything changes when a former student arrives with shocking news Beryl has been appointed as a special instructor for the Knights of the Liberian Order. Suddenly, he's thrust into the heart of the kingdom, surrounded by elite warriors, powerful wizards, and adventurers who all see him as a master. But Beryl, he's just trying to figure out why they think he's so special. What makes this story stand out is its unique take on the Isekai and fantasy genres. Instead of a young, overpowered protagonist discovering their destiny, Beryl is an aging swordsman who doesn't even realize just how powerful he is. His laid-back attitude and humble personality make for some hilarious moments, as he unknowingly impresses everyone around him. But behind the humor, there's a deeper theme about hidden talent, and the idea that true mastery isn't always about flashy skills, it's about experience and wisdom.
申し訳ない。宿探しに付き合わせてしまって。
いえ、何の問題もありません。
首都には部案内だから、有吉屋がいてくれて助かるよ。
私の家に住むというのはダメかなと。
いやいや、それはダメでしょ。
Number 3.
どうした？そんなに暴れて機嫌でも悪いのか？なかなかの腕だ。そのままあいつを処分してくれ。断る。
Next up, we have a healer story with a twist. The brilliant healer's new life in the shadows follows Xenos, a gifted healer who has spent his life mastering the art of healing. But despite his incredible abilities, he's cast aside by his adventuring party deemed useless and abandoned. With nowhere to go, Xenos takes his talents underground, opening a secret clinic in the slums. Word spreads fast, and soon even the royal palace takes notice of the mysterious healer working miracles in the shadows. As he navigates the dangerous world of underground medicine, Xenos finds himself entangled with powerful figures, unexpected allies, and a destiny far greater than he ever imagined. This anime blends action, adventure, fantasy, and harem elements, delivering a mix of intense battles, intriguing world-building, and a protagonist who refuses to be underestimated. If you're looking for a healer story that breaks the mold, this one is worth checking out.
起きたか？俺はゼノスだ。お前を買い取った。
Number 4.
なぜだ？炎が出ねえ。マルフス、さっさと傷を治せ。
やっています。けどいつもの力が。
おいシエリ、火の魔法は使えねえのか。
あんたが使えるって話したろ。
この役立たずが。
なんだと。
いい加減にしなさい。
ああ、 このパーティーもうダメね。
The Unaware. Atelier. Meister follows Kurt, a kind-hearted boy who is suddenly kicked out of the hero's party for being useless. With no aptitude for weapons magic or combat, he takes on odd jobs repairing castle walls and digging for minerals. But what no one realized is that his skills outside of battle are off the charts. Cooking, building, mining. Crafting magical tools, every non-combat ability he has is ranked at SSS level. Despite being completely unaware of his own talent, Kurt's actions start to change the world around him. From saving towns to influencing the kingdom, his quiet work behind the scenes turns out to be more powerful than any sword or spell.
飯を作らせろ。逆らうようなら多少痛めつけても構わん。
はいはい、わかりましたよ。うちに任せとき。ほな、転移結晶借りるで。
What makes this story stand out is its refreshing take on the fantasy genre. Instead of following the typical overpowered warrior, it highlights the value of skills that often go overlooked. Kurt isn't your usual hero charging into battle. He's the guy making sure the world functions behind the scenes, and that's what makes his journey so satisfying. Seeing a protagonist go from being ridiculed to becoming essential in ways no one expected makes for a really compelling watch.
ごめんなさい。惚れたのはくず石ばかりで。
残念だ。それくず石？
はい。
かなり綺麗な石だけど。
でもたくさん取れるんで価値がないんですよ。ミスリルって言うんですけど。
ミスリル？
Number 5.
目に生きるのは馬鹿らしい。貴族に生まれ変わるなら自分の幸せのために好き勝手に生きて他者を踏みつけ悪の限りを尽くしてやる。
Ore wa Seiken Koka no Akutoku Ryushu, I'm the evil lord of an intergalactic empire, is a sci-fi isekai anime that flips the usual reincarnation trope on its head. Liam Banfield was a righteous and kind man in his past life, but fate was cruel. He was betrayed, left in debt, and died miserable. When he gets a second chance in a vast interstellar empire, he decides to live for himself, embracing selfishness and power. But here's the twist. His idea of being an evil lord completely backfires. Every decision he makes to be ruthless somehow leads to prosperity, admiration, and success. Instead of becoming a feared tyrant, he unintentionally becomes a beloved ruler. This anime blends sci-fi, comedy, and isekai, offering a fresh take on the genre with a protagonist who thinks he's the villain, but keeps accidentally doing good. It's filled with space battles, political intrigue, and plenty of ironic moments, making for a story that keeps you entertained from start to finish. Liam's journey is one of contradictions. He sees himself as a villain, yet everything he does benefits the people around him, whether he realizes it or not. His misguided attempts at ruling with an iron fist turn into acts of kindness, and the way the universe bends to his actions is both hilarious and fascinating. If you love stories where a protagonist is wildly out of sync with reality, yet somehow thrives because of it, this one is absolutely worth checking out.
子供部屋で何があったのでしょう。
いやー
リアム様。
気にするな。俺は5歳に見えても心は36歳の大人だから。
36歳は子供でございます。
え、そうなの？
帝国での成人年齢は50歳。大人として認められるのは100歳から。人によっては500歳、600歳まで生きる人も珍しくありません。
Number 6.
あずさです。よろしく。
高原の魔女？
噂通り高原の魔女は存在したのね。
ブルードラゴンも魔族も滅ぼしたっていう
神に最も近い存在だとか。
いや、盛りすぎだから何も滅ぼしてないし、みんな仲良くやってますから。
ほぼ噂通りと。
Slime Tao Shita 300 nen. Shiranai uchi ni level max ni natemashita. Sononi continues the laid-back adventures of Azusa Aizawa, the immortal witch, who unknowingly became one of the strongest beings in the world. After centuries of casually defeating slime, she maxed out her level and attracted all sorts of attention from dragon spirits and adventurers. While this anime has been around for a while now, its second season has just been released, bringing even more lighthearted fun and wholesome moments. Azusa's peaceful life is constantly interrupted by new challenges and quirky characters, but she always finds a way to handle things with her signature calm and kindness. What makes this series stand out is its refreshing take on the isekai genre. Instead of intense battles or dramatic stakes, it focuses on slice-of-life storytelling with a fantasy twist. It's the kind of anime that feels like a warm cup of tea, relaxing, charming, and surprisingly entertaining. If you're looking for something cozy yet engaging, this second season is definitely worth checking out.
母さん、それ。
どうしたの？
あらあら、ごめんなさい。私のせいね。
Number 7.
隣国のパルナコルタに売ることにした。
本当に捨てられてしまったんだ。
The Too Perfect Saint, tossed aside by my fiancé and sold to another kingdom, follows Philia Adenauer, a saint whose overwhelming competence makes her seem cold and unapproachable. Despite her dedication to protecting her kingdom, her fiancé, Prince Julius, abruptly breaks off their engagement and sells her to a neighboring country in need of a saint. As Philia adjusts to her new life, she realizes that she had been overworking herself, taking on responsibilities far beyond what was necessary. Meanwhile, her former kingdom begins to crumble without her, as its people had grown dependent on her abilities. This anime blends fantasy and romantic comedy, offering a unique take on the discarded heroine trope. Instead of wallowing in despair, Philia finds new purpose and begins to understand her own worth beyond being a tool for others. It's a satisfying mix of drama, self-discovery, and a touch of irony as her former kingdom faces the consequences of taking her for granted.
1本目、終わりました。
はあ？いや、まだ30分しか経ってませんが。
はい、あと7本。
Hey everyone, thank you so much for helping me hit 100 subscribers. I really appreciate all the support. The next goal is 1,000, and I'm hyped to keep making more top 10 and top 5 anime videos for you. Let's get to the next anime. Number 8, Kakushite, Makina-san.
直進します。
その調子だ。クリオネオ05。
異常なし。
Kakushite, Makina-san is, well, something. It's technically a sci-fi comedy, but let's be real, it's mostly an excuse to throw an absurd amount of fan service at your screen. The plot revolves around Makina, a superpowered maid who ends up in all kinds of questionable situations under the guise of protecting people. There's some action and humor, sure, but let's not pretend we're here for this story. Honestly, it's hard to say what's more wild, the plot, the physics-defying animation, or the fact that someone sat down and greenlit this whole thing. No clue why anyone would watch this. But aside from that, if you're into ecchi sci-fi chaos with over-the-top characters, or you liked stuff like Heaven's Lost Property or Vol X Love, you'll probably find something to enjoy here, or at least get a laugh out of how far it goes.
はい。
A 君が無事でよかったわ。お母さんからいろいろ頼まれてるのよ。
大丈夫ですよ。
Number 9. I left my A-rank party to help my former students reach the dungeon depths.
なんだ、年相応に可愛いところもあるじゃないか。ん？ダークエルフの年相応って本当に年相応なのか？
This anime follows a skilled adventurer who leaves his A-rank party after getting treated like he's just there for support. Instead of going solo, he gathers his former students, the ones he personally trained, and heads into one of the most dangerous dungeons out there. What makes it fun is that the main guy isn't loud or cocky. He's calm, experienced, and actually wants to help his students grow. The action is solid, the teamwork is great, and the party has real chemistry. You'll get some emotional moments, and yeah, a little fan service too. It is what it is. It's got that underdog energy where they prove everyone wrong and start dominating. If you liked stuff like Jobless Reincarnation or Ari Ferretta, this will be right up your alley. And let's be honest, some of you are only here for the sword girl or the quiet mage who clearly has a thing for her teacher. I see you.
ちなみに僕が一番年上、20歳。
いや聞いてな。そうだったのか。俺と同じ年だったとは。見た目じゃわかんないもんだな。いや違う、見てない、誤解だ。
Number 10. Witch Watch.
命より大事なヘアスタイルなんだぞ。
桃太郎の力に
いいキャラくれや。
This anime follows a teenage witch named Nico who moves in with her childhood friend Morihito, who's been assigned to protect her. She's upbeat, a little chaotic, and totally convinced they're meant to fall in love. He's quiet, serious, and just wants to keep things under control, which is hard to do when her spells go off the rails almost every time. The show blends magic, school life, comedy, and romance into something that's super easy to watch. 1 minute it's a cute moment between friends, the next there's a magical disaster involving ogres, curses, or some random supernatural creature showing up out of nowhere. Witch Watch is just straight up fun. It's got that chaotic rom-com energy with a touch of magic that keeps things from feeling too typical. If you enjoy shows like Psyche K, Early Fairy Tale, or even something like Jujutsu Kaisen when it's not being serious, this one's for you. And let's be honest, most people are just waiting to see if Morihito confesses or if Nico's magic ends up turning the house upside down trying to get his attention.
おはよう、萌ちゃん。同居して初めての朝。なんだか照れるね。
とりあえずパジャマは着替えてから出てきたらどうだ。幼馴染とはいえ男と女なんだし。
And that's it for today's list. Let me know in the comments which anime you're watching this season, or if I missed one that deserves a spot. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and stay tuned. We're just getting started. OtakuFly out.